Hey y'all, it's Elisa Dome. It's Elisa Dome with Elisa Dome's Crochet. And this is our newest baby, our newest rescue. This is Socks. So I know a lot of my friends already know the story about Socks. So someone threw Socks and her brother out at our church along with a little kitty cat. And so it was actually at my mother's church. And so my mom, she told them that she would get me and my sister to come and rescue them, because we do rescue a lot of animals in our area. We have a really bad problem of people dumping dogs. So we immediately went and got them. My dad actually wanted the little boy dog, so we decided to keep the girl dog since there were only 2 of them. And my daughter is getting married in November, and she has a Labrador mix that we rescued about 2 years ago, and maybe even 3 years ago. It might have been 3 years ago now, maybe even a little longer than that. Time gets away from me. But anyway, since she will be moving out in November, she said that she would like to have another dog, you know, so her other dog can have a friend to play with. And so we figured this dog might be a pretty big dog. He has pretty big feet. So my daughter and her fiance, the house that they've gotten, some of his family have helped them get a house, and it's got 2 acres of land, and they're planning on fencing in the backyard. And of course they're planning on keeping their dogs inside. That's what we do, is we keep them inside. But we immediately went and got her a parvo shot. We got her a flea and tick pill and a wormer. And so we doctored her, bathed her a couple of times. It took a long time, a couple of days, to get all the fleas and ticks off of her. She was real pitiful, but now she's a happy, healthy dog. So she loves toys, and so I crocheted this little bone for her. And she is in the chewing stage, and she literally wants to chew. Chew, chew, chew on everything. You want this? You want this bone? Look. This is the toy that Mimi made for you. So it has no stuffing in it, and it's burnout blanket almond. And I figured I would just watch her with it and let her have that. It's soft. She can chew on that. She does have a couple of other little toys that we've got her for her to chew on. But I think she's just needing something soft, because she really likes to chew on clothes, socks, blankets, things of that nature. So I made her this little bone in hopes that it would help her. And like I said, I will watch her. It has no stuffing in it. And I'll make sure, you know, if she does start ripping it to shreds, I'll just throw it away. It was just a little bit of excess yarn. And so she's quite happy with it. She's quite happy over here playing. As y'all can see, my stack of yarn, I'm busy doing tests for these testing calls. But I can't work because she's wanting to chew my yarn. That's why I made her the bone. So more later, y'all. Bye. Hey friends, this is Elisa Dome with Elisa Dome's Crochet, and welcome back to my channel. And this week I am again discussing several different pattern tests that I have done, and mainly they are for the market prep cow. I don't think that I have any for the retro summer cow. Maybe one that I did for that, but I haven't did a whole lot this week. I've had a whole lot going on with my family and just different stuff, and on top of that I ran out of my polyfill, and so my mother was actually going to pick me up some today. So today is Wednesday, but if you're watching this, it's Friday. So the first thing that I want to talk about that I did, it's called Strawberry Keychain. And this pattern is by Melinda. She is from Canada, but it doesn't show. I guess maybe she just goes by her name. I don't guess she has. I was looking on her Etsy shop, and it just says Newfound Art and Design. So maybe that's what it is, Newfound Art and Design. But let me talk about this little strawberry. So I wanted to do more strawberries, but I ran out of my green. And so I don't have any green yarn either. But this little strawberry was so cute. It was so fast and so easy. And I believe she's making this as a free pattern for part of the market prep cow that I'm involved in. And so the way she has it rode up, you're supposed to make 6 of the leaves for the stem, but I didn't have enough green yarn to do that, so I only made 5. And then I wanted to chain this loop out a lot bigger so you could fit it on your hand, which a little bitty kid could fit it on their hand, but nobody else. Of course, it won't work as a car hanger either because you can't put it over your mirror. But you could still put like a keychain on it if you wanted to. So I'm really thinking about keeping this one for myself. I had talked to her about possibly making 2 different strawberries and then connecting them together with some chains, and that way you could, you know, put both of them over your car mirror, or either making this big enough to make like a wrist holder. She has it on there to be able to fit in a claw machine and just for a keychain, and she said she was leaving it like that because there's a lot of strawberry patterns out there that can be made into a car hanger or a wrist holder, but she said if I wanted to do that I could. Now in her pattern she did not have the little white seeds. I just did that myself, and she said she had thought about putting that in there, but she didn't because she said again there's so many strawberry patterns that had that anyway, but she said she was fine with me doing it. Now in her pattern she does have it where you can do a plain strawberry or either a chocolate dipped strawberry, and so I was thinking about doing like a white chocolate dipped strawberry. So this is Burnett Blanket Vintage White, and so I thought about doing a white dipped strawberry with this, and I may even make a chocolate one. But right now I have a pattern test for some little baby monkeys that I'm supposed to be doing that is due tomorrow. And so whenever my mother brings me my polyfill today, I've got to get to work on those baby monkeys. And so I will probably show that later on in the day. So if I have enough of the brown left over after doing them baby monkeys, I will probably do a chocolate dipped strawberry. And so the other thing you can see here where I tied off, and I do plan on going back and probably just gluing that down with like some fabric glue. I feel the fabric glue works best when you're trying to glue like ends down like that. And like I said, I will probably just keep this for myself, and then when I get some more green, then I can make some to sell. So this pattern that I worked on next, it is a market prep cat, and I don't think I have showed this to y'all. If I have, I'm sorry. So this is a no-sew pattern. So Lizzy with Lizzy Loves Crochet is the designer, and again this is for the market prep cow. I think this is a really cute, really simple, really fast little cat pattern, and it does have a tail and it kind of curls up whenever you make it. And I really like the design of her ears that she has you to do. The only thing that I really didn't like was the bobble stitches for the face. I think they're a little bit too big. I did not tell her that, but all the bobble stitches are the same size for the face, the arms, and the legs, which is fine, I would, if I do this again though, I probably would decrease down 1 on the bobble on the face just to see how that looks. I know that, you know, she wanted it like this. The other thing that she had in her pattern is to put the little whiskers, and I really like that. She had it in there where you would use worsted weight yarn to embroider the nose, but I just used the little plastic nose, and I used 14mm safety eyes. And so this was a really quick, really fun pattern, really cute pattern. I do think that cats like this sell really great. There's a lot of people, kids and adults, a lot that, you know, kids and adults both, that likes cats and kittens. And so I chose this color here, and it is a Bernat Blanket variegated yarn. Bernat Blanket Adobe is the name of this yarn here. And like I said, I really love this pattern. It was quick, it was fun, and easy to do. So this is a Desk Buddy flower by Elizabeth with Nerdy Peach Stitches, and she is part of my group chat, and I tested this little pattern for her. It's just a little Desk Buddy flower, and I really love this pattern. It's super cute, super fun, super easy. It's just like a little tiny desk flower, you know, and she also has an option to make it into like a car hanger or a wrist hanger if you wanted to do that. I did not do that on this particular Desk Buddy. I do plan on making more of these, and so this is this yarn color here is Bernat Blanket in Shadow Purple, and then I used some Premier Basic Chenille Brights in the color Fog for the dirt, and the flower petals I used Bernat Blanket. It's a variegated yarn, and I think it's called Petals, Burnt Petals, or something like that. I can't never remember the names of these yarns, but the way that she has you to make these petals is just such a great idea. It's such a fun way to crochet them, and they really look super cute. It really does look like a little flower. I never asked her if she meant for this to look like a succulent plant, but to me that's what it reminds me of, is a little succulent plant. And maybe that's what she meant it to look like, as a little succulent plant. I do plan on making some more of these when I get time. I just thought this was such a cute, adorable pattern. I love plants. I love potted plants. I have several potted plants in my house. I just love them. I love them. The next thing that I worked on that I was not really so happy about, I honestly waited to the very last minute to do this pattern, and it's nothing really against the maker. I don't do well working on little teeny tiny things, and I need to stop agreeing to test or saying that I'll test something that's going to be super tiny like this, because I have little hands, but my hands are kind of arthritic, however you say that word. And so whenever I'm working on little teeny stitches and stuff like that, it just hurts me, and I just barely could get it done. So this was a standing pig pattern, and it's also for the market prep cow. And anyway, let me show y'all this little standing pig. Look how tiny it is. Literally, this is probably one of the tiniest little bitty amigurumi makes that I've had to make. I mean, so little bitty. And so this would probably work, you know, as a keychain if you made it smaller. But the way, and it's a lot of it probably too is the yarn that I use, because she was saying the type of yarn that she used to make it little, and she was saying now if you use like Bernat Blanket, or if you use, you know, like a number 6 yarn, then it wasn't going to turn out little like she wanted it. And so I went ahead and used this number 5 weight yarn, and I do not like it at all, because, and I rarely use number 5 weight yarn. I do like the thicker, the blanket yarns. I just think it makes a more neater amigurumi, if you will. I have nothing wrong with people that likes the little tiny animals. Like I said, it just really hurt my hands to make this. With these little tiny yarns, you have to use a tinier hook, and I know when you're using worsted weight you do too. Most of the time you have to use a smaller hook, and I get and understand that, but like I said, you know, I think a lot of it was the yarn. There's just a lot of holes in this pattern. The way that she has you to do it, it was a lot of holes. And again, I too think some of it was for the yarn. So I was asking a friend of mine if she remembered who the standing pig pattern was by. And so I'll wait till she replies back. But like I said, it wasn't nothing against her. Her pattern was fine. I don't mind doing different patterns or advanced patterns because I think it helps me to grow. It teaches me. The only thing that, like I said, that really bothered me the most was probably the yarn that I chose. And so, like I said, it was nothing against the designer. I think if I would have went probably with a different type of yarn, I probably could have done a lot better job. But like I said, I wanted it to be tiny like she wanted it to be. But I don't know if I will be able to sell this because there's still lots of holes that I couldn't cover up. And I know all this filling and different stuff will be coming out of it. So I probably will just keep this and put it in my little office when I get it. So, and then basically that is the only things that I've tested. Like I said, I do have a little monkey pattern that I'm needing to test. It's fruit monkeys, and I do not have any more polyfill. As soon as I get that, sometimes today, I'm going to start working on it so I can finish that. Now I do have several other patterns that I'm needing to test still for the retro summer crochet along. I think there's like 4 that I'm needing to test, and I still haven't finished the little mini bee pattern by Deline, and I think it's due the 6th, so I need to work on that today because the only thing that I need to do is the wings. So I will probably be working on that. And then I also wanted to finish my little dragon that I started forever ago. It is made with this same yarn right here. The other thing that I had to do this week that took a whole lot of my time was I put the pattern for my Ball Ariana Axolotl into Canva. Canva gets on my nerves. Canva drives me crazy. I know there's a lot of people that loves Canva. We have a love-hate relationship, me and Canva. So I'm still learning Canva, and I'm just trying to, get the ins and the outs on the Canva, and I know, that I will be able to get it pretty soon. So this pattern was so much fun, and it was, so much fun designing. And now that I've got it in Canva, I'm going to make it again to see and to make absolute sure that I have everything correct in Canva. The only thing that I didn't put in there that I remembered that I need to go back and put a note about is the laces. I really need to add that. And so I also want to make some eyes, and I never got around to buying the blue light to dry the fingernail polish. I have some fingernail polish that my daughter bought me, and I still haven't been able to use it because I never ordered that blue light. I was thinking for Mother's Day that my kids was going to get me that blue light, but they did not, and that's okay. That's okay. So whenever I sell some more things through the coffee house, or if I get like an online order for something and I get a little bit more money, then I'll just purchase it myself. And my next market is not until September, so I can't count on any type of money from markets because I have not signed up to do any more markets, mainly because of my health. So I am just working slowly and so far I haven't had any other custom orders or orders for any of my makes that I've got made, and as far as I know of, I haven't made any more sales at the coffee house. So things is pretty slow right now. It's just really slow, and it's probably because kids are out of school, everybody's on vacation. It's that time of year where kids are going on vacations, they're doing a lot of graduation parties. There's still like lots of things that kids are doing with family gatherings and stuff like that. And so I know if you've got a kid that graduated, you've probably spent an arm and a leg and another arm on the graduation, because I know I've had 2 that's graduated. It's very expensive And then all the after party stuff, you know, if you have like, you know, taking the family out to eat, you got family that maybe have come in from out of town to celebrate, you know, your loved one, and, you know, just different stuff like that going on. So business, typically I can understand being slow this time of year, and it is the time of year where a lot of people, they typically do take vacations, you know, May, well, it's June and July, the end of May, June, July, and the first part of August is when everybody will be getting ready to go back to school. So they'll have all that school supplies and different stuff like that, school clothes and stuff like that to buy. So probably for the next couple of months, with it, you know, being summer vacation for all the kids, and with it being so hot and just, you know, all of the stuff like that going on, sales will probably be pretty slow. But that's all I had to talk to y'all about. And if I get my little fruit monkey made, I will come back on here and show y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Hey y'all, this is Elisa again. I am coming on here to show y'all my Valeriana axolotl that I am finishing up. I got the pattern in Canva, got it finished yesterday. I wanted to remake it in purple, and I did. And now I'm just putting the eyes in. I just wanted to show y'all my very first set of hand-painted eyes. But I just thought that it would match this ballerina so cute. I just think it looks so good. So I'm fixing to put the eyes in now. And then I will close up the head, finish stuffing it and close up the head. And just add a few more little details that I want to do. And then I'll show y'all what she looks like. Okay, y'all, I'm back. So here is my ballerina axolotl, and she is all complete. So I went ahead and did her little bow. I gave her some little eyebrows. I gave her a little crooked sideways mouth, and her little skirt is crocheted in the round, and so it is non-removable. And then I did her little slippers here with her laces. I'm thinking I probably should have went maybe one more round on the legs to give it enough room to do the laces, because you can't really tell. You just can't really tell. And it may have been the color, and I know this is a ton of purple that I used, y'all. And so on the tail, I probably will give it an option where you can do some more around it, but I just did not feel like doing that. I thought she was cute just the way she is. Her frills are crocheted in the round. Her tail is crocheted in the round. So she is completely no-sew. Her skirt is surface crocheted and her bow is surface crocheted. And then other than that and adding details, she's completely no-sew. So these eyes, they're sinker eyes, but they matched really, really, really well. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but so cute. She turned out super adorable. I'm so excited for this pattern to be tested. If you're watching this, it's Friday and it's in testing now. So I'm super excited about it. She really is cute. I probably will go back and add, though, to put one more round for the legs, because I do feel like that maybe her legs were a little too short. I really like her being little like this. She's as big as my head, so she's like a medium size, but she's super cute, and so I really like that. I wanted to talk again about this little piggy pattern, this little standing pig pattern. So I just wanted to come back on here. So this little standing pig is by at Crocheting with Mandy. So that is the name of the designer, Crocheting with Mandy. And what I am going to do is remake this little standing pig pattern, and I'm going to make it in this type of yarn here. It's either Bernat or Premier, just whichever I choose. But I just think, to be fair and to give a better honest opinion, I really need to make it in the yarn that I am more used to crocheting with. And so this yarn, like I said, I really just did not like this yarn. Like I said, the pattern I feel like was a great pattern. Mandy did a great job on writing the pattern. And she did use a couple of techniques that I was not really familiar with, but that's okay. I think whenever you're a crochet artist, if you don't learn other and different techniques, then you're not growing, or that's just my opinion. That's how I was always taught. You should be willing to step out of your comfort zone so you can grow more, because that is how we grow, is learning new things, you know. So, and I really think it is a cute pattern. However, I just, like I said, to give a really honest opinion about it, I need to crochet it in the yarn that I am more familiar with and that I am more used to. So, okay, y'all, I'm back. I wanted to show y'all these cute little bitty fruit monkeys that I tested by Lisa with Cozy Boston Crochet. And y'all, oh my gosh, this is the cutest little fruit monkey. So I've never made a fruit monkey before, and I'm telling y'all, it's just so cute. I just can't get over how stinking cute it is. Lisa, this is an absolute fantastic pattern. It's very simple to follow. It's very easy. It's fast. It is just such a cute make. I think it'll be great for markets. I love it. I love it. I love the techniques that you use in the pattern. It was such a simple. So I made the strawberry monkey, and she's got mods to do all different types of monkeys. And I am going to try to go back and do a lemon monkey. And I want to do all the monkeys, but as of right now, I don't have very much yarn colors left that I need to do the other monkeys. So, but let me just show y'all this little strawberry monkey. Oh my gosh, y'all. Check it out. Isn't it so cute? I use 16mm eyes. It's got the little green sparkly discs. This is the only 16mm that I had left with the green eyes. The rest of them are all gold. But I thought the green one would go good since it was a strawberry. And now the body is in Bernat Blanket Almond. And the muzzle is in Bernat Blanket, and it's that, I can't ever think of what it's called. Oh my gosh, y'all. So I looked it up earlier for this video. It's vintage white. Vintage white. And the stem, the green stem or leaves or whatever you call it, is Premier Basic Chenille Brights in the color Emerald, and the strawberry body is in Premier Basic Brights Chenille in Bubblegum Pink. That was a lot, yo. That was a lot. And then the little seeds is the same as the muzzle. It's the vintage white too. So it turned out so cute. After I got done with it, I realized I had did the tail in the Bubblegum Pink, and I really wanted to use this almond color for the tail, the same as the head. But I said, oh well, it's not gonna matter. It's not gonna matter. It's already made. If I make another strawberry one though, or if I make another whatever color I make, I will remember, or try to remember, to do the tail in the body color, the head and the arm and the leg color. But y'all, this little thing is so cute, so quick, so easy and fast. I mean, just look how cute this little monkey is. It's adorable. It's adorable. I do think you could get anywhere from $15 to $20, just depending on your location. I will probably put 16 or 17 on this little monkey and see what I get. I'll probably take it down to the coffee house to see if I can sell it. It's almost time for me to go down there and change my inventory out. I told my husband that I wanted to give it another month, and so it'll be 2 months of the inventory being down there when I change everything. So, but it's just so cute. It's so cute. Well, that was the last thing that I made that I had to show y'all. And so I wanted just to pop on here to show y'all this little monkey. And I'll see y'all later. Hey y'all, I'm back again. So this will be the last time that I come on here. I just wanted to show y'all an update on these little bitty baby monkeys. I finished the pattern test, and I just wanted to show y'all. Y'all already seen the strawberry one. Well, I decided to go ahead and do the lemon one too, because I had told her whenever I applied for the pattern test that I would do the lemon one and the strawberry one, and so I just felt that that was right for me to do both of these. I do absolutely love these. Like I said, Lisa, she did a fantastic job. I do believe that she is planning on making more mods out of this pattern. We discussed and talked about some ideas, and so she told me that she has several things lined up in the future, and I'm so excited, and I hope she lets me test again for her in the future. I really enjoyed it. I do think these will be a great seller. I'm hoping I can sell them in the coffee shop, but like I said, my next market is in September, and I feel, you know, pretty assured that I can probably sell these at my market too. So I think her release day is tomorrow or either the next day, but I think it's tomorrow if I'm not mistaken. And so y'all can be looking for these to get this cute little pattern. It's adorable, y'all. And that's all that I have for y'all for this week, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye!